How's everybody doing tonight? Um, Going on a little bit earlier than what we had initially planned. Um, because yeah, just because. Um, Sir, how are you, Mr. Cortez, King C's, as they say?
My beard is cut low. I'm
So you
winter
went to a
boy.
barber or you did it yourself?
Went to a barber, yo.
Oh shit! Look at you getting out, even in Mr. COVID. I like it.
Nah. I couldn't keep going. So, extreme times call for extreme measures.
Okay, I like it. I started a new gig, so I had to cut my beard all the way down, like fresh face. So it's starting to grow back now. So yeah, we'll see. What's up, ladies? I see y'all in the chat already. Um, Fellas, I don't know if y'all in there, but if y'all are, make yourself known. I mean, just throw a peace sign up or something. Um, but other than that, man, how you been?
Shit. Just moving into the new spot and working. That's it. That shit is draining.
I can only imagine. I started a new gig the first of the month. So it's been, that since then. So I definitely get it. Just, tunnel vision. That's really what it is at this point.
12-hour days, yo. That shit can't run concurrent.
Sheesh. Wait, you doing 12-hour days at work?
I'm working 8 hours and then I'm moving and cleaning
Oh,
stuff into the
all
new
right.
crib for another 4 hours.
Okay. All
Try
right.
to
I'm like,
sleep.
damn.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know you not doing 12 hours at work.
Why not? Shit. I just bought a house, nigga. I need money back. Shit is
Nah,
crazy.
this is true. I gotta turn this light down. This shit is bright as hell in my face. I don't like it. There we go. So, there's been a lot of stuff that happened since our last show. We was 2 weeks ago? Yeah, like 2 weeks. We missed yeah, missed the whole show. Yeah, a lot of stuff. We got, the fact that we didn't get justice for Brianna. We got Cardi and Offset divorcing. Um, as of yesterday, we got your boy your boy Napoleon going on his live to announce an album and not apologize for the shit he did and actually deny it. And then we got an announcement for everybody, for all of our fans and listeners and watchers and followers. Um, as far as how we'll be ending this season. Um, so where you want to start, bro? We got a lot.
Roll the dice, nigga. Let's get it.
All right. Well, let's start. Let's start with what kind of excited you a little bit. Let's start with Cardi getting a divorce because I saw that you was a little excited about that. You looked like, your post and everything looked as if you was jumping in her DM. Like I was proud of you personally. Like the fact that you waited until she wasn't married anymore. Well, she didn't want to be married anymore. Said a lot.
Well, I cook and I clean, so it'll work out. I'm very domestic. I mean, she ain't. I mean, hey, man, if I gotta be a house husband, you ain't gotta worry about me cheating or nothing. We just gotta talk about the way we gonna go about this thing. Cause I think I mean I don't know because she talks so crazy about her sexuality, so it's like I gotta push that envelope. I gotta see if you really about some of those things that you about. Like you said, if Cardi B was bisexual and she dead like will fuck with a chick, then there should be no reason why you should be cheating on your joint. Like if she's really about that shit, you know what I mean? Like there's no reason for you to go out there and do. And then like it's been she's had a hit song every year. I think for the last 3 or 4 years, she has a hit single, so she's getting bread.
Yeah,
She had the I like it like that. She got this WAP joint.
she got money.
Yeah, money. That shit blew up.
Yeah,
Like so, she's legitimate. And
Like that's the only Cardi song that I'll allow my daughter to listen to.
man, listen.
It's money. So
Hey man, hey Cardi. Hey Barty, like what you wanna do? I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I did a tribute. I sang songs to her when we found out that he cheated the first time and it was going through it. I had serenaded her, through Instagram. So
oh, we got to see that video, bro. What did you do with that video?
I still got that. It's still up on the gram. Like, hey,
Oh
I'm
man.
down on bending knee. Like I'm ready. What you want to do? You know what I mean? I'm here.
All right, listen. You get Cardi, I get Meg. We go on a double date. I'm all for it.
I
I'm
don't
all
know.
for it.
I gotta stay the fuck away from you and Meg, man. I don't want that. I don't want that energy near me because y'all, it'll turn into some
What?
next level shit, and then somebody will get Odell, and I don't.
Next level? How? What do you
I
mean?
just told you, nigga. Like somebody will end up on some Odell shit. It'll, you know, the industry turn you into some weirdos, man. I'd already be like in that situation, and then to have you and that in that situation, something weird gonna definitely happen. It's like niggas is gonna be taking bearskin rug pictures or something wild or some shit like I don't know, man.
You mean pictures like curled up with the pillow?
I gotta draw the line. My pillow pic is an excellent picture.
Listen, if you did the same picture on a bearskin rug
Nah, that's
as
too
a
much. That's too
photographer, I'd
much.
say it was an excellent picture.
That's too much. That's too much, man. It's too much. I have to draw the line somewhere. But cardio, holla at me. My DM is open for you. That's it. See, the real gag would be is if I pulled Cardi and then she was on some shit with Meg and I got both without you. That would
Listen,
be
listen.
that would be
If you
valuable.
did that, I'd be angry at you. Like I would, we'd have to fight. Like
I,
we'd have to fight. Like
security,
yeah.
security, get
Matter of
this
fact,
black
I
ass
wouldn't
nigga
fight you.
out of here.
I
Security,
wouldn't fight you.
I would be protected at all costs.
Exactly. Like I wouldn't fight you. I would definitely disown you as a friend. We'd only be business partners. We wouldn't be friends anymore.
I'd send you a Christmas card every year with a picture of me and Meg and Cardi, like some white people poses. I'd be like this, and we'd be like back to back.
So you
Like
treat me how Jay did Dame. So basically, you'd be at all of your guy kids' birthday parties and everything. You just bring them both. Like, just listen.
yeah, yeah.
It's cool. Whatever,
I
whatever.
have, I have the slim fitting suit on. Like I'd be looking like a young, fresh, bald Obama. I'd wave to you like this, real proper, like all that shit. I was stunned super hard. I
Listen,
was stunned.
if the situation was reversed and it was me, I'm gonna look out for you. I'm not
Man,
saying I wouldn't take advantage of it a few times, but I'm at
no,
least try to pin your name in. Like
I don't
my
know,
man,
man.
my man over here. You know what I mean? Like,
It ain't it ain't like I would be shooting for both of them. She would have to come to me with that suggestion. Right now, Cardi, I profess my love to you. You know what I mean? Whatever, whatever I got. Yo, I could turn this whole thing into a poetry jam.
listen, by all means, you got the floor, sir.
Nah, nah. I'm saying, hey Cardi, I'm here. Whatever you need me to do. I'm in the kitchen. I don't know too much about, what I'm saying, cooking a whole bunch of Spanish meals, but I will throw sofrito on anything that you want. I don't give a fuck. It could be spaghetti, whatever you need. Adobo, I got you. We here.
Sasson.
So, all that, nigga. All that. If I gotta take a flight to the islands to pick the freshest of vegetables and fruits and bring it back to the crib, we here, man. We here, man. Shit. I'll play.
Listen,
I'll make sure that when you wake up in the music, I mean, wake up in the morning, you'll wake up to the music of like bodega sounds and shit. So as soon as you wake up, you'll feel like you right back in the hood. You'll feel good, ding 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 ding. You know what I'm saying? I'll be salsaing and all that shit, yo. I'm
listen.
here. I'm here for you, yo. Pull up. Let me love you. Like,
Oh God. Wait, like, all right, so never mind. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Um, but no, because listen, on some real shit, if you could pull Cardi, like you ran into her or something, whatever, by all means, you got my support 100% in that. I don't even got no jokes for you. I'm gonna just let it ride. But speaking of Meg, this her and Tori situation just won't seem to die. Seems like she wants it to die, but he won't let it. Um, Now he won't let it, and the internet won't let it. And this nigga decided that he wanted to say he was gonna go live yesterday. Went live just to announce an album. um, I hope none of my fans take this the wrong way. None of the audience takes this the wrong way. Um, if you listen to his album, if you give his album one stream, like a legal stream, now if you go and you download that shit through like the back webs and shit like that, by all means, rock out. But if you listen to this shit like through a legal stream, and this nigga gets to count you as a stream, yo, like just more power to you. Because this to me is just the absolute worst. And then to hear like from people that did actually listen to the album, to hear that this nigga still denied it. Like after all of that, like you still denied it, and then go profess your love for her and say you still want her back and all this other shit. Like it's like nigga, like this is what short niggas do. I'm sorry. Anybody under like 5'10", like if this is the life you about, like you and I can't be friends. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It should be a whole like legal thing where short people only can date other short people. Like because when they date tall women, when short men date tall women, they get in their feelings. They get in their feelings. Yeah, that's the thing, Nikki. I saw other people that listened to it. They said, "Yo, it's probably his best album ever." Blah blah. It's too bad that he had to shoot a chick in order to, you know what I mean, put out this type of music. That's all I got. That's all I got. Because Tory's the guy that like remade everybody's shit. Like he didn't really have anything original, so now he put out his whole original album, and everybody like, oh shit, this guy's actually good. Too bad he had to shoot somebody. That's it. I'm over it.
I can never remember a grown man who, when they sit on the toilet, they leg swing. I'm just saying, like, I don't. So I refuse to listen to the album. I've never listened to Tory Lane shit.
Yeah,
Period.
like I'm not going to start now. I've never been a fan, so it's not like I'm gonna start now.
I feel like there is some type of accountability that needs to be had in the situation, but we're talking to a nigga who literally probably sleeps in like a twin size bed, you know, and definitely has to use a squatty potty for balance on the toilet. He a teeny dude, so I mean, I don't know. I don't pay Baby T any mind at all.
Baby
Like, Baby
T.
T, Baby T. I don't pay. I don't pay that nigga. He got a whole unisex name. That's where they fucked him up at from birth. You
What's his
know.
real name again?
I don't know, but when you go by Tory,
Well, his real name is on the album. It's the name of the album. That's his real name. I gotta look
don't
this up. Somebody
I
put it in the chat if you know it.
I have nothing. I have nothing. I don't pay that. I don't pay his music any mind. Like I don't go out of my way to listen to Baby T. So any if your t-shirts are size small,
Yeah, Daystar. His name is Daystar. Thank you, Tiff. Daystar, yo. His mama named him Daystar. His parents named him Daystar.
his parents were hippies then. They came from that movement.
Yeah, but hippies normally they don't do a lot of like they don't raise people on beating women. Like if you think about it, that generation was sick. They was different.
Oh,
They
whoa.
about talking shit out.
He didn't beat her, he shot her.
All right, this
There's a
is true.
difference.
This is
He
true.
had an emotional moment and he
And a
probably
gun.
he had a gun that was about the same size as him. Has anybody checked on the injuries that he might have sustained, like from the kickback of the gun knocking him? He probably shot that shit and flew out of the scene like he was Elmer Fudd. I just
He was in the car. That's why he was. I mean, he shot from the car. He wasn't even out the car.
yeah, I don't know, man. I just
Daystar, Shemuel, Shua, Peterson. He's got a lot going on.
nah, we gotta fact check that. There's no way. Nah.
I'm about to pull up his wiki.
Yo, that name, that's the name of a nigga who
Oh
might.
shit, that's his name, bro.
That's the I know why he goes by Tory Lanez, because that's the kind of name of a nigga who DJs at transgender parties. We got DJ Daystar on the ones and twos. Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants. Like that. This nigga's name is so jacked up, bro.
Daystar.
Sua. So he's like part tranny, part Hawaiian. Because that's some Samoan shit, the Sua.
Yeah, the Shua is definitely weird. I'm looking up the meaning of Shemuel. I gotta know what it means. I need to know how to pronounce it. But
This nigga, his first name is really Daystar.
yep, that's his real name.
Damn, that's terrible, yo. This nigga, that's tough, man. That's tough, man. Yo, I just, and the real problem is that
Oh, well,
all he has to do is make a phone call to Meg personally, and then just come and make a statement. Fuck all that PR shit. You know what I mean? Like be a man and say, listen, I stand on my actions. I was emotional. Because if he how can you deny it, but then but earlier you sent the text message to
saying you
Meg
were
saying
sorry.
that you were sorry about the incident and the role you played in it and all that other. So it kind of just doesn't even out to me. I think and this whole thing is such a drop in the bucket towards the fact of how Black women are treated and just how they're protected in this country. It's sickening. This shit is crazy.
Well,
Like
it's not just in this country.
people will mute R. Kelly for peeing on a little girl, which is so heinous, but shooting a woman is cool.
No,
Like,
see,
where do you draw the line?
no, their rationale is that she must have had said something, she must have done something, and I'm like, personally, like, all right, cool. My mother's a Black queen, and my mom's got a mouth on her. Um, my father has never put his hands on my mom that I know of. My mom has put her hands on my father, and I'm like, that to me still was like, my dad. We had a conversation about that, like what happened and everything like that, and I'm like, all right, cool. And he even in that moment said to me, no, I would never have put my hands on your mother because that's just not part of him. That's not how he was built. I understand, and that's basically how he raised me. So to me, I look at it like, like if you can look at a Black woman, I don't care what she says or does, right? Like, to me, there's always the option of just walking away. And in this instance, if we're to believe what Meg said that she walked away. So it's like, and if we believe the gunshots, like the gunshots hit the back of her hill, so it's like the gunshot show she was walking away. So it's like, bro, like you became a whole bitch in that moment. And I don't want to say like you became a woman or anything like that because you allowed your emotions to control you. You became someone in that moment, or even if that's just who you are as a person, as a man, you need to learn how to manage your emotions better, especially in moments like that. Because moments like that, to me, in his situation, can cost him money. Like they cost him money. Everything he does costs him money. Shooting at somebody's shit, that could cost you time. In which case you may go to jail, nigga. Like for real?
He came down with a case of vaginitis, and he still has the case. Fuck corona. He has full blown vaginitis at this point. And for those who don't know what that is the disease of consistent pussy. So he's walking around with it, and it's curable. It's a few different ways to cure it. You
I
know,
don't know, man. Most of the men I know that got vaginitis, I haven't seen them cured.
I mean, a stern man to man fade that, you know, take two of these and come see me in the morning. You know, so him and a few of his cronies and a few of the men across the country who actually have contracted this disease of vaginitis don't understand the ramifications in these trying times of what black women are going through, because it's coming more and more to the forefront of how they're treated and stuff like that. Now, never in my day do I say that a physical altercation with a black woman is cool,
Never.
or any woman, but but there are there are times when that shit happens. So if you do have the option of walking away, you do, by all means. So you don't want to end up in a habitual line stepper. And another gentleman who has vaginitis, Joe Button, has been called out for hitting women a few times and this, that, and the third. But initiating and stuff. But we don't really know what these conversations be like, and we don't really know what was said, and we don't know the ins and outs. But what we do know is that if the person diffusing the situation is walking away, it doesn't matter if they're a man or a woman. You kind of just like it's unnecessary to just continue on with an argument. Like, I've turned my back for a reason. Like, I don't want to keep going. I have, at that point, I'm waving the white flag. You got it. So to shoot a woman in the back and then now you're making money off of it, that's the part that really gives me unrest. So if I had the option of breaking into his house and yoking him up out of his twin size bed, sitting him in front of a TV and showing him the years and years of abuse that black women have had, that would be it. Like, you got to pop up on him, you got to kick in the door and be like, yo, we're going to give you an intervention on why this is not good, and you need to, just own that shit, bro. You know, you got to own that shit. Just own it like that. Like, you did what you did. Like, I'm pretty sure you can look at what Ike and Tina went through, right? That movie came out, it fucked Ike's whole shit up, right? We saw we saw the whole domestic violence thing in a different light. It was put on film. The movie is 2 hours and some change long. It's crazy to have a whole movie reenacted of abuse, right? And Ike Turner, word on the street said he denied it, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. But it ain't like he went and tried to make money off of it. He didn't take the movie to court and dispute it. He didn't do anything like that. He crawled up into his own hole and he just left it what it is. We have to stop doing that shit. If you fuck up, acknowledge that shit. Learn from it, make it better. That's it.
Yeah, but see, you gotta realize that people like that, um, it's hard for them to see that they're wrong. Like they got people, so they got people in their corner basically reinforcing the fuck shit that they've done. And that's not helpful. Um, and did you watch the Social Dilemma on Netflix yet?
No. The
All
only
right,
thing I've been
watch that.
watching is when I get in from the house, I'm watching Good Times, Martin and the Cleveland Show before I go to bed, and Golden Girls.
All right. Well, I want you to watch
God, I love
Social Dilemma
Girls.
because what it is that whatever your viewpoints are, the internet is basically kind of reinforcing that. So if he's out here believing that it's okay to hit women, then he's probably, you know what I mean, being inundated with that whenever he does internet searches and shit like that, because that's what Google, that's what Facebook and all those fucking platforms, that's what they're gonna bring back to him. They're not gonna bring back a contending view, and that's part of the problem. Is that it's hard to have a breakthrough with these people because they don't recognize that it could be wrong. All those domestic violence, fucking anti-domestic violence posts and shit like that. I see all that shit because I'm anti-domestic violence. He's probably not seeing that shit. That's just not even crossing his mind that he could be wrong. So yeah, yeah, and I mean, to me, it's just a first off, if you and another person, I don't give a fuck, man, woman, child, are arguing, and you feel the need to pull out a gun and fire first, you're a bitch either way. That's just my opinion. You're a punk. You were scared. You were scared that somebody was gonna put their hands on you, so you pulled out a gun. And so I attribute that stance to every police officer that I know that would pull out a gun before having a conversation, and every bitch ass nigga that I know that'll do the same. So that's just that's just how I see it.
Well, Meg, we love
That's just
you. You know what I'm saying? We hope that you can
absolutely, Meg. I love you,
find a way
and
to
everything that you said about.
this shit. Spin this shit. You should make money off of this because if that cocksucker, if that baby leg
No,
faggot is gonna fucking make money off of
she
it,
posted
then
today. She posted today about her partnership with Fashion Nova, where she's making jeans for tall women.
there we go.
Yeah, yeah. So, and that looked like it was a shot to me. At least I took it that way.
There we go.
Um,
And when they're done, like when she's however her foot heals, and I hope it heals, excellent. She should get a fucking a Dr. Scholl's commercial, all that shit. I hope they get it all.
absolutely.
I hope they get it all for her, and I hope this fucking twin size bed rocking baby leg asshole. Fuck this nigga, man. That's some whack shit. That's some whack shit. Fuck him. But
So in the chat, they're going back and forth about. I'll say us. I'll take the bullet with you about us using like either vagina or pussy to describe Tory because they feel as though we're taking shots at women about it. Uh, I wouldn't say so. I'd say in the English language, words have multiple meanings. So it's not about, women when we call someone a pussy. It's about the derogatory version of that. So, like the word safe, as some of you from the group may know, has multiple meanings. So does the word pussy and vagina. So, vaginitis is
all right, I'll come up
that.
with another medical term to describe
No,
Tory
we're
too.
gonna keep it. We're gonna use the words that are available to us. We're not making up new words and using new words and shit like that. No, we already made up one new word, and that was absolutely, and that's just a word with some extra letters. So no, it is what it is. But moving on to the most important topic that we needed to get to. So Breonna Taylor was denied justice. Um,
But a wall was. Let's not forget a
Yeah,
wall.
the wall was granted justice, and only the wall that separated her and her white neighbors. The wall that separated her and her black neighbors was also not granted justice. So yeah, yeah, that. And here's the thing: I wasn't surprised at all when they gave up the 12 million. I knew what it was already. I was like, all right, cool. We not ain't nobody going to jail for this. It's over.
She doesn't get 12 million. Don't forget the lawyer, whoever that may be. It might be it's that bald head brother.
Ben Crump, yes, Benjamin Crump.
That motherfucker. I've noticed that he doesn't ever want to go into courtrooms. I haven't. Has he? When is the last time he's been in a courtroom and actually?
I don't know, but I know any of these main headlining cases, he hasn't gone to court.
So he's
He
getting
hasn't
so
he hasn't gotten us justice once. I'll say that.
off the rip. Your lawyer, when it comes to civil cases and stuff like that, they automatically get 30 to 33%. So the family is only getting 8 million out of the 12 because he has to take his cut. When the lawyer steps into a courtroom and actually has to do some type of litigation or some type of paper filing or anything of that nature, then that fee can be raised up to 40%. This is from self knowledge, because I went through a civil situation and I had to get paid. So they explained all that to me, which I thought was kind of wild, that the percentages go the way that they go. Now, on average, a lawyer's cut. Now, I don't know. He might not get the whole 30 to 33. He might be cutting the deal because he's getting publicity and he keeps getting these kinds of cases and he keeps getting out there. But normally, your average to above average lawyer is going to take a third of that settlement. So right now, I can only assume that the family doesn't get fucking 12 million, that they're only going to get 8. And that is the part that really pisses me off, because this asshole is not pursuing justice. He's out getting great
PR. He's chasing the bag. That's really all he's doing.
Great PR.
Yeah, he's chasing the bag. His name's out there, and that's really all it is. I mean, he didn't get justice. He didn't get justice for any of us. And I mean, I hate to say it, but if we look back at the OJ case and we look at that whole situation, I mean, yeah, that was the most justice we've gotten, and we haven't gotten justice since.
Yo, OJ got busy. I've studied the OJ case, and I've studied a few mainstream cases like that, but of the OJ case, with everything that was happening in that, I've seen all the documentaries. I've went and I've done research on it, and I was so intrigued. Then the reason that it engulfed me is because of the way that the system is actually set up, and they found every white loophole in the OJ case to get OJ off. It was amazing. Now, with this Breonna Taylor situation, we have a situation where we have a black man as the attorney general who is a bona fide Oreo cookie, who said that the way that he presented the evidence to a grand jury, and they found that the policeman didn't break any laws. My problem with the situation is, if me and you go outside right now, I hook up, I say, Bash, yo, let's take a ride together. We take a ride, yo, we anywhere in Philly, and an altercation ensues. You with me? I shoot 2 people, maybe 3, depending on how spicy my trigger finger wants to be, right? Cops get us eventually, right? What's the first thing they're gonna do when they get us? They're gonna lock us up. They're gonna fingerprint us. They're gonna mugshot us. They're gonna throw us in jail. We're gonna have to talk to a judge. They will then give us our charges. They're gonna throw every charge they throw it all, and whatever sticks to the wall in court is what we get convicted on. Correct? This needs to be the norm for police officers. If you are a cop and you shoot somebody, you need to be processed like a civilian. This special treatment bullshit where you get administrative time or the paid vacation, and then they have to go and get all the evidence. They have to, run it by this and run it by that and make sure that the timelines add up. Oh, the person who's the witness, make sure that their story is corroborated with everything that's going on. They go through all these checks and balances before they charge a cop. They need to do the same thing to us. That either we're gonna keep it streamlined across the board, and like, if I commit a crime with you, instead of locking me up, they take all of my information. They say, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna investigate it, and then if we find you deemed fit of this charge, then we're gonna come and we're gonna arrest you. They need to do that to civilians, or they need to start doing what they do to us, to cops. They need to stop paying these motherfuckers to sit on their ass and have a vacation, and they need to start booking them, putting them through the system, locking them the fuck up. It could be a segregated jail. That's fine. Then you ain't got to go gen pop, because there's some brothers in there that you might have locked up on some false shit, and they're gonna tear your ass out the frame. Make a special jail for cops and have them sit in the cell just like they do us. And a lot of this bullshit might subside. It might start to decrease because if you know that if you fire your gun and you kill somebody, it is suspected that you kill somebody out of some bullshit that you will get treated like a civilian. A lot of that shit will stop.
You know, I mean, I agree that, maybe if there were some more, pointed consequences for police officers, they may change their ways. Um, but right? All right, so I'm explaining it like this. You know a little bit about cars, right?
Yep.
All right. So when the motor is about to go in the car, normally there's signs that lead up to that, right?
Yep.
There's little shit starts going first, right?
Yep.
So we compare our current justice system, I mean, from police all the way up to judges, to a car. Little shit has been going wrong for a while now. So now we have the option. Now we're at a point where we got to we got a choice. Either we're going to fix the motor, meaning like everything that makes it run,
Which will be more
or
expensive.
is it worth it? And we just going to toss the car, junk the car, and go buy a new car.
Right.
To me, we had a new car point because this car that we trying to fix is all right. So we'll just go back to being free. It's 165 years old. We need a new car.
Free. 50.
All right, 50 free. All right, I give you that free because free means vote all that shit. Right, 50. 50 years. But this system's been in place. This car has been running since 1692. See where we at? Like one can't like you can't expect this car to be fixed. You kind of they don't even make parts for it anymore. Like
right.
So at this point it's we have to tear the system down and start over. And I mean, and when I say that, I don't mean to the point that, when we say defund the police, no, we're not saying defund the police as far as like abolish the police. We're saying defund them, meaning like take the money that we're giving them and put it in other places that would also uplift the community. Because right now, white people and poor people are being over policed. Period.
Right. Where the fuck are the local cops getting riot gear from?
The money that they get, they have to spend it before the end of the year. So they have to do that
for your local jurisdiction of police to have full-on riot gear. That's why you have SWAT. That's why you have other
demilitarizing the police has to be a part of this. It has to be a part of this. So demilitarizing the police, making sure that anybody that's now currently a police officer, if they have any ties to groups like KKK and shit like that, they're automatically kicked off the force. No questions asked. It would be stuff like that to try to like overhaul the system. Like, like Nikki said, give it a full overhaul. In my opinion, personally, like, and this is just me spitting back shit that people have said to me. Like, that's really what that is. Now, if I had to tell you my hearts of hearts, right? My hearts of hearts says burn this bitch down and start over. Scorch the earth. Because to me, you can't expect a good seed to grow in bad soil. And the soil's bad. The soil is fucking horrible, in my opinion. In this situation, they've proven to me that no matter what we do, even if we go out on our own and we, try to build up from there, they're still going to attack us at every chance they get. So I look at Rosewood, I look at Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street. I look at the movement. I look at Marcus Garvey's movement where they attacked him from the inside out. I look at, like peaceful movements like Martin Luther King. They shot him because he started getting the poor people together. See, that's the thing. We keep taking this shit racially, and that's how they're dividing us is based on race. But how we can unite is based on income and based on whether or not we're really poor or not. Because the idea that they could say Well, the cops were fired upon, so that's why they fired. If you enter my house and I have a gun and you enter my house unlawfully and you do not announce who you are, I am going to shoot. It's simple. I pray. I kind of wish that he would have taken out one or two of the cops. What's that?
Well, it's two things. First off, to Nikki made a statement. Nicole Williams said that they got to pay taxes on it. I don't believe that you have to pay taxes for those things. I didn't have to pay taxes for my law.
Yeah, you don't have to pay taxes on court award.
They're going to get the whole.
They get the whole 8.
The problem with that is we as taxpayers are paying that $8 million. That's what the real problem is. And then the second thing is, like you said, if you come to my house late at night and you don't announce yourself, you're going to get fired upon. My thing is, why did the boyfriend only shoot one time? Like,
it was a warning shot.
I don't need to warn you that you're in my house. What am I warning you for? You are coming in my house. I have to assume that you're coming.
So legally, you have to give a person a chance to. That's literally how the law is written. If somebody enters your dwelling, and you basically have to give them a chance to announce themselves. They didn't announce themselves. He heard rustling. They didn't announce themselves. He fired. Like, yo, what the fuck? Know that I got a gun. That's why if you listen to Dave Chappelle's stand up when he talks about the gun and how the guy sold him the bullets and told him what to do, it's buckshot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's birdshot, buckshot. So it's like I gave you a chance. That was the warning shot. The next shot is me shooting at you. And that's also a non-lethal shot because he's got a shotgun at that point. With a regular gun, you just need one warning shot. With a handgun, it's one warning shot, and that's it. From that point on, that guy knows you have a gun.
Yeah, I'm not giving you a warning because if I assume that you're coming in to do harm, and my lady is in there with me, then vaya con Dios. That's the end of that story.
And Doug, I get the idea that if you're a cop and you have a legal warrant and all of that shit, to me, in this situation, they can't produce who signed the warrant first. 2, no-knock warrants should be outlawed anywhere. We've been having this fight since them shooting someone else. The fucking cops that were killed going into somebody's house with a no-knock warrant, and it was the wrong house. The grandmother that was killed going into the house on a no-knock warrant, and it was the wrong house. This shit happens regularly. No-knock warrant shouldn't be a thing. And if you're going to serve a warrant, you should serve a warrant with a clear fucking badge on, whereas though a motherfucker will know exactly who the fuck you are when you open the door. Because other than that, I don't give a fuck if you're a cop or not. If you come in my door and you're not in uniform and I can't instantly recognize you and you don't announce yourself, then you're getting fired upon. That's just how shit should be. Because in the U.S. we have the right to carry guns. Period.
Yeah. I mean, you both make
no-knock warrants are never necessary. There's always better ways than no-knock warrants.
I mean, you feel like
the only way that there should be no-knock warrants, for one, the reason that there shouldn't be no-knock warrants is primarily for the reason of the warrant. The warrant is to go and get. Normally, it's not going to when they normally sign a warrant. It's not for an arrest. It's not for an arrest because a warrant for an arrest would mean that anywhere I see this guy. Whereas if I'm going to a particular place, the reason that there shouldn't be a no-knock warrant is because I'm going to the place to figure out what's here. So whether I knock or not, I got the house surrounded. I got every entryway in and out of this place is surrounded. It was an apartment. They got one way in and one way out. All right, cool. And listen, if cops get shot while knocking, it comes with the fucking job. Period. If you a cop, you may get shot at. That's part of the job. That's like a fireman being afraid of fire. No, that's not how that works. You may fall through some fucking steps and fall into somebody's basement from the 3rd floor. It's part of the job. Like, I don't know. It's part of the job. That's it.
A no
We
knock
have exactly. You got to know something's there, and you got to be certain of it. They get into the house, and there's nothing there, and there's no way to be certain. Here's the thing: the warrant was for her ex boyfriend. It wasn't even for the boy that was there. They had been apart for fucking a year and a half.
right.
They've been apart for a year and a half. Like, what the
All right.
fuck? You're not
So
doing police work.
hold on
You're
now.
just out here trying to like. They literally are out here just. You're looking for an excuse to kill somebody black. Like that's really what I see every time I see a cop with a fucking warrant. Period.
No. So I understand the point that he's making. He's saying in order to do to serve justice the correct way,
We
then
can't even subpoena motherfuckers, but we giving out no knock warrants.
right.
Like we can't even subpoena motherfuckers.
So hold on. So this is how I split the baby, right? Instead of this whole no knock warrant thing, I heard this in a Freddie Gibbs song, and I thought that was genius. What certain other police districts are doing, what they'll do is if they have to serve a house, because and if they don't want people to flush the evidence, what they'll do is they'll cut the water to the house.
So that you can't flush shit.
You can't flush evidence and stuff like that. So I think that those type of strategic premises should be set in place. Like if you have a warrant on a house that you want to search, before you go to search it, you cut the power, you cut the water, you cut the gas. That way, if they're gonna set their own product on fire and be in there, then they've caused their now at this point they've caused their own demise, right? So let's be more strategic with our policing. I totally understand both point of views between you and Doug. So it's a lot that's going into this situation. My thing is, yes, you intruded on the house. You're a police officer. It is alleged that you didn't announce yourself, so you got fired upon. So from Doug's point of view, if you shoot at me, then I have the right to defend myself, even because now I'm put in harm's way, so I have to shoot back. My thing is, if I'm the boyfriend, I'm not giving you a warning shot at 2 a.m, and we will just have to deal with what we deal with if I'm shooting at you. That's it. That one shot shit is terrible to me. I think he should have let the whole magazine, because if you're gonna do it, go all the way.
By all means, I agree. I agree. Take everybody out.
If you come into what do I need to warn you that you're doing something bad? Why? I don't need to warn you that you're intruding. Once you broke glass and came in the door, you know what I'm saying? I knew that you was on some shit. So guess what? Your warning is now null and void. You're gonna catch these shots. Live with it. It is what it is. So, yet and still, I look at the whole thing. She did not get justice. There's a lot of stuff that was presented and that wasn't presented. I think they should be held responsible for their actions of killing an innocent person. Because if she wasn't being investigated like individually, because they came in there looking for another dude, right? So if I'm not a person of interest and I get killed as an innocent bystander, so I deserve some type of justice. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying at this point. If I'm not selling the drugs myself, I'm not a person of interest. You could throw a house party tonight. I come and I kick it with you. You a person of interest, and they come in there and shoot. I'm fucked up because I don't know that you selling drugs, and vice versa. If you came over to my crib, you don't know what I might be doing on the side. You shouldn't have to die for being ignorant to something that you didn't even know existed. That's the problem with the verdict that I have. If you don't take if these people are not held in some type of regard with some type of respect for human life, then we have chaotic situations like what we're going through right now. There needs to you made a mistake, so you have to deal with the consequences of killing this person by accident. It's the same thing like if I'm having sex with a chick and I nut in her and she gets pregnant. Oh shit, I didn't know I was going to get you well, we have a baby now, so now you have to do something. Same thing with the fireman thing. Like, you signed up to be a person to go and save lives. A fire can't happen at a house. I pull up to the house and I'm saying, oh shit, that's what that is in real life. I ain't going. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know that there is a risk reward factor for what you do. You sign up for these things. So there needs to be accountability for the actions of the police, whether it's fucking by mistake or whatever it is. Because if you have riot gear, if you have, stuff, bulletproof vests, Kevlar vests, you have helmets, you have all of these things that you could be wearing when you do serve a no-knock warrant that would ultimately protect you more than the civilian. If you're coming to my house at 3 a.m. and you're suited and booted up, right, and you have on protective shit, I don't. As a civilian, I don't own a vest. So if I'm shooting at you and you are protected, you can defuse a situation better than going in there how they went in there. And one of the cops got shot and shit. What did he get? He got shot in the leg or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like come on. Like, you have to look at everything as a whole. If you're gonna do something, be smart about doing it. Don't be, when you do sneaky dumb shit, then sneaky dumb shit will happen to you when you're trying to do something illegal like that. That's some sneaky dumb shit, and it didn't have to go that route. Those cops need to be held accountable in my book because they did not do it by the book. So, I'm splitting the baby right down the middle with the situation. Like, I take your points and your shit is good. Doug, your shit is cool too. At the end of the day, though, a young woman who was putting her life on the line during COVID, let's not forget what her job was, to go out here and save lives and help with a disease that is crippling the country. Let's not downplay what she was as a Black woman. There needs to be some type of accountability for these actions. That's it. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about the law. We have right and we have wrong. That's it. What was done to her was wrong. So let's fix it. That's my stance on it. It doesn't matter how you do it. People make mistakes every day. They have to be accountable for their mistakes. You can't just be like, ooh, I'm sorry, it won't happen again. So I'm cool on that shit. They should charge them cops with something. Like I said, do it how they do us. They throw
everything. Like, fuck the grand jury,
yeah,
throw all the charges at them and see what a regular jury say. Simple.
Thank you. That's what they should do. That would have been better for me than nothing at all. Throw the whole thing at them. You know what I'm saying? And then whatever y'all can make stick. Because I faced crazy charges. They threw crazy shit at me. But then they could only make a misdemeanor stick. So put that same pressure on them. Throw everything at them. Have them fucking, sweating bullets. Have them having to get paid money for a lawyer. Take them through the whole system. And then let's see about it. That's it. But the Attorney General handled this. He handled this terribly. And then his statement of, "I'm a Black man," but you were at Trump rallies, Black man. You stay huddled up and buddy with mad white people, but you a Black man. We haven't seen you on the front line protesting the killing of George.
You never see him on the front line protesting at all.
We haven't seen any statement.
Here's the thing, right?
That acknowledges your fellow.
You gotta always remember, and this is something that they taught us. Black people, for the most part, are not going to risk their paycheck. Like, a lot of Black people aren't going to risk their paycheck. So when it comes to stuff like this, I don't expect him or anybody in his position to come out and take a firm stance, right? Yeah, like I'm just not like, and I'm not going to acknowledge uh, Doug or Chuck in their stance. Um, I respect them both as men, and I'm a rock out there. Uh, I just feel as though a lot of the stuff that is being spewed is it's a lot of stuff wrong on both sides, right? Like both sides of this issue, there's a lot of stuff wrong. Here's the thing, though. Here's my issue. You have someone who's trained in a certain manner to, they're professionals, right? So they should be able to handle a situation better than someone that's not a professional, right? So, for instance, I'm an exterminator. That's what I do. That's my trade, right? I'm a professional at that. I'm licensed to do it. If somebody has ants, right, and they try to get rid of them, sometimes it might work, but other times it may not. And I'm trained to get rid of them. So if I don't get rid of them, then there's a problem. Cops aren't held to that standard. They are literally held to a standard that says you can get spooked and it's okay. But if I get spooked, it's not. And that's where they lose me at. That's where they lose me. I don't care if all the evidence pointed to Breonna Taylor being a fucking drug kingpin. It wouldn't matter to me if ultimately you came into my house and you didn't follow the procedure to the fucking end, to the fucking period, every fucking T crossed, every fucking I dotted. Like, if that's not the case, then Breonna Taylor's family has a case. And that wasn't the case. Because here's the thing: the warrant that everybody's talking about with her that supposedly has her name on it, remember that they couldn't find that shit for the whole first month. So any warrant that you produce after that, fuck you, I don't believe you. You couldn't even figure out who the fuck signed the warrant. We couldn't figure out which judge signed the warrant. No judge wanted to put their name on it, but somebody had to fucking sign it.
Right.
So now all this information that's coming out now is coming out in order to prevent the people, whether it be Antifa, whether it be fucking whoever else, whether it be BLM, whoever the fuck it is, they're trying to prevent them from gathering up and burning down the city. That's all that this evidence is doing. That's all that it is. It's trying to put out this idea that it's trying to put out a narrative that's just like, all right, cool. Maybe there's a little bit of doubt. No, fuck that. They went in her house. I don't give a fuck if they weren't fired upon to the point that 3 motherfuckers is hit, then I don't want to hear it. Because the one officer that was hit by another fucking officer. So I don't want to hear it at all. Because if he was hit, they would have never dropped the charges on her boyfriend. Never. It would have never happened. They would have never dropped the charges. I don't care how that works. Period.
Right. At the end of the day, though.
So now we're sitting here as 2 black men having a conversation about the same shit that we've been talking about since fucking Trayvon Martin, since fucking whoever you want to fucking call. Emmett Till. We've been talking about this shit since Emmett Till. The same shit. It ain't nothing new. So so for me personally, this is for me how I look at cops, right? And this will always be a thing for me. This may just be me. I may just have been through a lot of shit, so I look at shit differently. But how I'm always going to look at cops, once you have kids, your kid lied to you one time. From that point on, I don't care what your kid says, you're going to take it with a grain of salt. Every time from that point on. So every time a cop says anything, bro, you in charge of that. You're gathering the evidence for your own case. Fuck you. I don't care what you say. It doesn't matter to me. At least do some shit like what Georgia did when the bull shot killed the guy in the Wendy's parking lot. GBI said, no, we got this. Fall back. Local police fall back. How the fuck you literally are expecting the same people that committed the crime to punish themselves? That's the dumbest shit in the world.
That's deep.
That's the dumbest shit in the world.
Deep.
So anything that you put out, I don't believe you. I don't believe anything you have to say. I don't believe that the warrant had her name on it. I don't believe that, y'all were originally investigating her. I don't believe any of that shit because ultimately, if that was the case, the way it happened with George Floyd, the way it happened, matter of fact, fuck that, not even George Floyd. The way it happened in Maryland, in Baltimore, when the guy was in the back of the paddy wagon running in flat, they started driving all crazy and shit.
Freddie Gray.
With that shit, when the shit came out, his affidavit, the warrant, everything else came out the next fucking day. There was no time lapse. It was no idea of, well, who didn't do this and who didn't do that. No, we knew everything from day 2. You didn't have enough time to put shit together. I don't believe shit that Louisville PD has to say about this at all. At all.
What was it, like 191 days that we was waiting? 190 something
Yes,
days.
in some dumbass number. And all of a sudden now y'all got all this evidence. And if that was the case, if she was being fucking investigated, they would have never given up 12 million. Period. Fuck am I pay you for? We was at the right house doing the right thing. Pay you for what? Pay you to get you to make a statement where nobody fucking believed you anyway? Because that's really what that was. Her mom came out and was like, yo, we getting justice in the next couple weeks. Just be patient. We didn't believe shit she had to say. It didn't matter. Because when she said that, that meant we knew that she was about to get a settlement. Everybody knew that.
Well, at the end of the day, like I said, if you enter,
I gotta say this real quick, Doug. That's the same shit Chuck said, and that's why I lost respect for both of y'all now, because that's the dumbest shit I heard. A black woman, I don't give a fuck what her position was. She didn't fucking fire at them. She was laying on her fucking bed, sleep, is dead because they went into the house with whether the warrant was clean or not. The no-knock warrant should have never been a thing. Period. 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 That is it. We've been fighting no-knock warrants for the fucking last 10 years. No. Not at all. I don't give a fuck. She's a black woman killed by the system and not given justice. It is just the fuck like George Floyd, just the fuck like all the rest of them. Period. Period. They didn't have a civil suit. That's the thing. There was no civil suit ever brought. There was never a civil suit brought. Period. They settled before there was a civil suit brought.
Yeah, that was pretty quick too.
Like there was never a suit. That
shit came out of nowhere. That shit came out of nowhere.
I'm trying my best to be respectful of you, bro. But if you calling me a dickhead, like for real, that's unnecessary. But it's cool. It's cool.
And the autopsy did say that she did die in the hallway, so she was out of bed. The whole thing is this.
Did she have a gun in her hand?
No, that's not.
All right, we good.
The point that I'm making is this: we have so much technology and we have so many different ways to stop shit like this from happening. Now that it's happened, what are we gonna do to do?
Because they don't want to fucking stop it from happening.
Hold on now. So if, like I said, if we gather up all the evidence, good, bad, false, fake, indifferent, let's toss it out. The base problem is another black person was killed by the police. She, warrant or no warrant, murdered by the police. Now, if police are fired upon, yes, they have to defend themselves.
All right, so
but hold on now. My thing is with any problem, we have a base.
Real quick. You can go. You can go back. All right, so I never wanted to do this. I was trying my best to not do it, but this is what happens. So I'm blocking Doug because he's coming at me directly, and I don't take the disrespect cool. Like I don't take it. Internet thugs is internet thugs, but that's your homie. So push came to shove, I could find out where he lived, and we could have this conversation in person. But it's cool. I'm gonna rock out.
Nah, we don't need no more. We don't need that kind of energy.
Because I'm trying my best to be like you and not beef with other black men. But by all means, I'm not you. I ain't there yet. Everybody reached their moment at different times, and I'm not there yet. So I'm telling you now, like that to me was disrespectful and unnecessary. And again, if anybody else has that type of issue and they want to come at me directly and say some fuck shit about me, because that's the thing. Like I was trying my best to be respectful, right? I said it multiple times. So If anybody that's watching the show right now feels it necessary that they want to come at me about something, my inbox is always open. I got like 3 different pages and a page. I mean, listen, my inbox is always open. And matter of fact, if you want to, my number is 267-972-3441. You can text me or call me directly and we can have a conversation for real. Or if you really about it and you really, I mean, you really think you can see me, then you can see me. Period. Go ahead, sir.
So the base problem is the system as a whole and how black people are treated. Throughout history, they make laws that benefit white people, and they turn around and make laws specifically to harm black people, and that is the problem. I don't recall no knock warrants being a thing until the war on drugs
Yeah,
came to fruition. And what was the war on drugs? The war on drugs was a crusade led by the government, funded by the government, created by the government in order to fuck up the black community. They distributed drugs in our community. We took the drugs, cooked the drugs, made money for it. And then once once we started to expand the empire of drug use into the white neighborhoods, that's when it became a problem. That's when little Timmy and Becky Ann and all them other, white people started getting high and started fucking their lives up. That's when it became a problem. So now we have a fictional war on drugs that was created by the government, which then led to, all right, black people, we creative. What you cops is kicking in the door? All right, we'll flush shit, right? So now we have no noise because of that. So now we're trying to fight these illegal things that are put into place to harm us. And rationally, because I work on just sheer logic alone. If you shoot at me, I can shoot back. That's the cop's point. Got you. The base problem is, how do we get to the point where you guys are kicking in a door, not announcing yourselves allegedly, and then expecting a person to not you put a dog in a cage and you whooping his ass, he gonna show his teeth. It could be the smallest dog in the world. He's gonna fucking attack you because he feels threatened. So you have to stop and think, what would you do if it was you and your family in a situation where you only had milliseconds to react? We're human. It's a fight or flight situation. The gentleman, he chose to fight. He fought like a sucker to me. Like I said, I'd have emptied the whole thing. I don't need a warning shot. You came in here, it's the middle of the night. You don't know what's going on. You don't know my frame of mind. It's 2, 3, 4 in the morning. These are not normal hours to deal with somebody. So I get the police have the element of surprise, but you also have to understand human nature, especially with the times we're living in, where black people are being hunted, persecuted, locked up at an alarming rate, disenfranchised, being diseased, we're being poisoned, the whole thing. Prime example of the poisoning that they're trying to do. I work from home. Every day I watch TV. I watch the same 3 channels for the most part. I watch BET, Aspire, and it's another fucking TV1, right? And then I'll go and I'll watch VH1, Hallmark for my Golden Girls, all this other stuff. Now, outside of these black channels, I have yet to have seen one commercial for a vaccine. But when I'm watching TV1, BET, all that shit, it's a cycle. I've seen if y'all want to beat Corona, come on out and volunteer. Come on out and volunteer for this vaccine and help fight the war on Corona, help fight the disease of Corona, this, that, and third. I have yet to have seen it on MTV. I haven't seen it watching MSNBC. I haven't seen it watching CNN. I haven't watched it seeing any of the things that are not supposed to be quote unquote black TV. So that further lets me know that they are pushing the narrative, not only through the police, but through the media, of killing us at any time by any means. That is
Absolutely.
the base. That is the base problem, and we have to do better. And it starts with us at protecting us. Now, Doug, he's upset. You're upset. At the end of the day, though, the base problem is Breonna Taylor is not getting justice. She's in. I don't give a fuck if she was up 3 in the morning on a fucking pedal bike riding up and down her hallway. She didn't need to die. I could care less about that. If you have the means and the technology, like I said, police, you have the ability to walk into a house fully armored up, which means that you can take a little bit more damage than the average man. You have a vest, you have helmets, you have all this technology. If you're gonna do a no-knock warrant, you should be trained to embrace the gunfire and defuse the situation if you're going to live that type of lifestyle as an officer. Yet and still, that goes back to your point of you signed up to do this job.
Non-lethal rounds, like
There
there's
you go. There you
like
go.
we got a
Now,
bunch of
they
different
could
things.
have could have when they kicked in the door, when they actually bust open the door, they could have thrown tear gas, they could have thrown flash grenades. Two non-lethal situations. They could have cut the power to the apartment building. They could have stopped the sewage to the power building and kicked to the apartment building and kicked in the door, made sure you couldn't flush. You couldn't do those things. There are other ways. That is the problem. Nobody in these positions is thinking about Black life that actually matters. They want the results. They want the drug bust. They want this. They want that. Prime example. She's absolutely right. You have to train your mind to solve problems in a different fashion. If you don't want it to be a lethal confrontation, I'm pretty sure it doesn't have to go that route. But they wanted to be Billy Badasses, kicking the door, guns blazing, everybody get on the floor, and they thought it was fucking training day for white people. And my only regret is that homeboy didn't let the whole thing go. Because if we're gonna do it, we should go all the way. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do it, go all the way. Don't half-ass it. Fuck a warning shot. Don't be that guy. Go all the way. I'm an extremist. If I'm gonna do something, I can't get drunk off 2 shots, baby. We're gonna have to drink half this bottle.
That's
You know
it.
what I'm saying? We gotta drink half this bottle. I ain't gonna get drunk off. If we gonna party, we gonna go all the way. Ain't gonna be like, oh no, we gonna stop when this DJ. No, we gonna go all the way. And that's it. That's it. So us as Black people, let's take our accountability and do better. And then let's unify and let's control the narrative ourselves. This is why I don't fuck with BET. This is why I didn't fuck with them for a long time. But I'm trying to do something here. I'm trying to reprogram my mind. But when I see those type of commercials, this vaccine shit, when I see, you turn on any worldwide news outlet, CNN, it's Corona, Black people dying. Corona, Black people dying. Black people dying, Corona. That's all we see every day. So it forces me to go back and try to just, oh, the Cleveland show is on. Let me watch that. Oh, Fresh Prince Marathon on VH1. Let me watch that. It's like you damn if you do, damn if you don't, because they're conditioning us to die.
Yep.
Let's not lose fact that, yo, man, you got the same hue as me. So in my eyes, you do no wrong. I'm not afraid to go into any hood, any city, any state, go hoop, go congregate with people, go have a conversation with strangers. I probably done talked to some of the hardest gangsters in the world and didn't know that they was killers and gangsters and stuff like that until after the fact, because I'm not afraid of we have to stop being afraid of our people. There was a time, I know you remember this, when we were growing up back in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, as a kid, as a baby, when you would go somewhere with your pop, there would be people he didn't even know. What's up, blood? Hey, fam. Our generation, we don't do that shit. We don't
Well,
acknowledge each other. We
I
don't
do.
put that
I try my
positivity.
best to as much as possible.
Oh yeah,
But
I'm doing it. I'm talking about from the outside. If me and you went
yeah,
right on Broad Street and just sat, we just sat in North Philly and just looked at black people walking past each other. Nobody's acknowledging anybody.
yeah.
Let's start doing that. Let's start pumping that out there. You know what I'm saying? If your Uber driver is black, have a conversation. Hey man, how your day going? You straight? When you drop me off, hey, I'm about to run up in here. Do you want something to drink? I know you driving. You want a cup of water? Like, what's good? Are you all right? Start giving a fuck about your people, bro. And then then we can start to unify. And then when injustices like this happen, we won't be so divided. We won't need Antifa, Black Lives Matter. The community will police itself. And then we won't need this bullshit. So I'm always on some positive shit, bro. Like that shit, you know what I mean? Fuck them. You know, fuck them. Real
This
shit.
is true. Um, yeah, we can end it there. So one thing I wanted to let everybody know, not sure if everybody saw it. We just recently got a new logo. Shout out to the artist. Um, but also we're switching days to Thursday.
This nigga just cut off.
Yeah, I
Wow.
did by accident. So we'll see y'all again October 1st. So we're switching days to Thursdays, getting away from Saturdays, and we're going to end the season on October 15th. So that'll be our last show. Between now and then, I'm going to get all of the audio from our episodes that we did in quarantine, and we're going to put all that up, whether it be put it everywhere basically, so you'll be able to get to it. You got anything else, C's?
This since this Breonna Taylor shit, man, this is gonna be the last night y'all see me in the hoodie, cause we got what we got out of it. So you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, that's really it.
There is a small hope. The feds allegedly are investigating this case. Now, for those who don't know, when the feds get involved, if the feds actually go forward with charges, the success rate on a federal case of getting a conviction is 95% and up, for those who don't know. So be mindful of that. Have a little, positivity that if the feds pick it up and they actually find some type of wrongdoing, if the feds drop charges, it's a good chance that somebody's gonna get locked up. The only people who have beaten Fed cases are people who have spent millions of dollars. Irv Gotti, for once, that's how he lost Murder Inc. He spent about 3 million plus on lawyer fees, not to mention the court case fees, to do a Fed case. So when the feds come knocking, you done some shit. And it's a 95% conviction rate, baby. So, hold out hope for that, man.
We'll see. Shout out to All the Smoke podcast. Shout out to the Dre's radio show. Why is my mind going blank right now? Oh, The World Is Yours. Oh my God. I've been drinking too much. I don't know. Shout out to The World Is Yours. He's Thursday nights at 9. We'll probably be going on anywhere from like 7 to 8, so we won't cross over or anything like that. We'll actually probably end up leading you into his show. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I holler at y'all, and that Thursday thing may change to Tuesday real quick. So we'll keep y'all posted. All right, people, have a good night. Rest in peace, Breonna Taylor.